Hey LC Rangers, so let's talk real quick as a refresher on what is a real team. Remember, there's three things you've got to have a real team. You've got to have a common goal. You've got to be interdependent, which means I need you and you need me or we can't achieve the common goal. And the third element is we got to know and act like one and two. So we've got to keep in mind that we all have that same common goal and we have to behave interdependently. What does that mean to behave interdependently? It means that I'm going to communicate with you even if I don't like you. I'm going to share information, I'm going to plan, I'm going to problem solve. I may not want to have a beer with you after work, but when it comes to achieving this goal, I can't get there without you. At the end of the day, if we become friends, hey, that's an extra benefit. All right? So just keep in mind, three things you need to be a successful team: common goal, interdependent, know and act like it. Now there's some things that happen along the way to becoming a high-performance team. There's generally 4 stages that teams go through. The first element is you come together. That's called forming. If you remember, that's the date, right? That's when we pick up the girl and she says, hey, I want to have sushi, go to a movie. You hate sushi, but you smile and say, hey, I hadn't had sushi in a while, let's get some. And after a while, you've been dating for, a couple, 3 months or something, and you really like this girl, and you got to tell her it's not sushi night this time. And you tell her that you hate sushi, and so all of a sudden you get in your first fight. And she doesn't understand why you've been lying to her. Well, in the forming stage, remember, we're kind of wearing a mask. We're on our best behavior. We don't want to rock the boat. But after we become more confident in each other and more confident in the team, we start to challenge things a little more. Our true selves start to come out. So you reach that next stage of team development, which is called storming. And you get a little conflict. You get a little back and forth. It feels a little uncomfortable. But that's okay, because if you work through it and you do it keeping in mind that you need each other and you do it with dignity and respect, then you can jump up into the norming stage. And this is like when you're going on the mission from day 1 to day 3. On day 1, you can't even function correctly as a team. You're stumbling all over yourselves. You're tripping through the woods. By day 3, you got your rhythm down. You know what to do at a danger area. You know what to do at a halt. And it's the same thing that happens in the workplace. You kind of get a rhythm about your team. And finally, when you perfect those norms and you almost telepathically can understand what each other are going to do, you reach that ultimate step of performance. Now, along the way, it doesn't go real quick. This can take 3 to 5 to 7 years, depending on certain circumstances in the workplace. What happens if you stumble back? Well, you're going to apply BRAD: back up, regroup, assess, and drive on. Is it worth it to go through this? Absolutely. If you refuse to deal with your situations when it comes to storming, you'll stay in the forming stage and you'll never reach the true results of a high-performance team. That's also known as a pseudo-team. You look like a team, you smell like a team, but you don't get the results of a real team. So don't settle for that. Go ahead and deal with the issues that come with the storming. Use the different communication skills that we talked about at Leading Concepts. Use your active listening and work through those issues and get yourself up into norming and then ultimately into high performance.